Hey, what's up everybody? It's Hubalubalu back with another video, and this time for Void Space Racer, a really cool racing game that I got from the new Odyssey.ga. Go check out their articles and all the game reviews I write for them too, because I really appreciate all these games I get. So VSR came out on July 20th. It's actually one of the best racing games I thought that was on the Nintendo Switch. I thought this game grasped the whole concept of driving in space and using that futuristic technology that actually guided your ship a lot harder than it would be like an F-Zero X or something like that, but it still had that same fast-paced feel that you needed to get to finish these races. Now this game is up to 2 players, which is really exciting because I like seeing more multiplayer racing games for the Nintendo Switch. These games' racing mechanics are actually a little bit different than most other games. Now instead of a map where you turn left and right and have an end finish line, you have checkpoints. And then on your screen you have 2 arrows and a circle. Now these 2 arrows are colored red and blue. The red show you the first checkpoint you need to pass. Now the blue arrow actually tells you the next checkpoint after you just passed. So that leads you into the drifting technology that they use for this game. Lastly, that circle indicator tells you if you're going in the straight direction of that checkpoint or not. Now you do have a certain amount of checkpoints that you have to hit, but if you miss 6, you disqualify and you lose the game. So the drifting in this game is going to be a little different. Now you're going to want to know where your next circle is going to be so you can turn your ship in that direction so you get a better advantage and acceleration for the next checkpoint. Getting used to this driving is somewhat difficult. I did have to use the turn brake in most cases because I just accelerated right off of the checkpoint because there are so many tight turns. But I think the turbines are there, so I'm still getting used to the driving mechanics. And I think that the extra turbines are there to help you in your turns and speeds depending on how fast you want to take these turns or which way you want to go actually. This game is a racer's paradise. Finding the tightest corners, finding the easiest routes, and finding the quickest ways around to your checkpoints is going to make you want to find a better time trial for the next race. Now after playing most of this game, I did find the negatives to it, but it wasn't the game at all, it wasn't the racing, it was what they put in the game and what they didn't put in the game. There aren't that many tracks, there are about 6 or 7 I think, and as for the racing vehicles, there isn't much really to them. They have 3 different categories, each showing you a different color with a different design, and I thought 2 colors were always the best ones out of all of them because they were so basic. But there weren't any attributes to having a faster spaceship or anything like that, so it was really just you racing. Which is technically a good and a bad, but at the same point, I thought it was just a little bit lazy. Now while you're driving, I hope you guys don't hit any of the objects that are there because sometimes you will get stuck or it'll just push you out, or the turbines just have a little bit different way of pushing your ship around because it does get a little frustrating if you do get stuck. But other than that, you just have to be cautious about where you're turning and what you bump into. And sorry to spoil your fun, but this game does have boundaries, so unlike Airmail, my other game that I had on the Nintendo Switch, you can't really fly around everywhere in space. You kind of have to stay in the vicinity of the racing zone. For the performance and the graphics of this game, I think were ecstatically amazing because I just couldn't get by the atmosphere and the different areas that they had for the maps. I just wish they had more again because it looked so nice, it ran so smoothly, and on top of that, multiplayer was really fun. I even wish they had a certain online capability. The music to this game was spot on. Each track and each map had its nice exhilaration of fast-paced bumping EDM music or just nice hard pounding, you gotta get to the finish line kind of thing. It always made me want to take the quickest turns because I never knew when the enemy was right on my tail or not when I finished the goal. Alright guys, so my final conclusion for VSR, Void Space Racer, is gonna have to be an 8.5 to 9. I really enjoyed this game. I just wish it had so much more. It is $9.99 and I do think it's worth it if you're an avid racer. It does have a lot of time trials and there are so many ways to get around in certain areas, especially if you conquer and master those turbines. Trust me, it's so weird to turn that spaceship, but I love the atmosphere. I love the space racing. It was a little hard to get used to at the start because they didn't really tell you what to follow unless you jumped into the tutorial, but as soon as you do that, it's just a fun game to play. Alright guys, I'm Hubalubalu. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment down below for more videos. I always like talking to you guys. If you guys want to see anything in these game reviews, or if you think I need to add anything, please comment down below. I really appreciate any of the comments. I always try to make these game reviews as quickly and as best as I can, especially not harshing on anything that I don't think needs harshing on, or giving praise to any games that actually mean it. Please go to the new Odyssey.ga Patreon. We're just trying to raise money for the website I write for. It's just people like you and me who like games and writing. I don't get paid for doing this, but I like editing and getting these videos out there and seeing people like them. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you next time.